Hinton's Audi.
Everything.
There we go. Forgive me for the technical difficulties. I apologize, but now we are, I do believe, ready to go. Sorry about that. I apologize for the technical difficulties. We are now ready to go. We are now ready to go. All righty. So here we go, and we will start.
I have to give you required by law. Leave me alone at that point. I'm not going to play the game of why'd you pull me over. Each and every one of these jackboot thug pigs will back up another jackboot thug pig. Every one of them is the problem. They've all pledged an allegiance to the thin blue line. Eat my shorts, copper, you piece of... You're a piece of... Bro. Eat my... Oh, do you want to turn it off? Go ahead. Make a circle, boys. Right. Oh, here he comes to arrest me, right? Of course, you jackboot thug pig weakling. Eat my shorts, pig. These are the problems in America. Anthony Allegrini was murdered by a pig, and you pigs are covering it up. I don't care if you can mock me all you want. Look at you, you fat piece of shit. Got a reaction out of you, piggy. You're rattling like a broken fence. I want to keep the focus where it belongs. In America, the problem in our country are these people right here. And this guy says to go, turn off the phone and step over here. As soon as I say I'll put the phone away, he comes up to arrest me. Of course.
I'm recording you. Oh, so, okay. See this people? You see this people? You see this people?
No. Shut your mouth.
If you step one more foot closer to my unit, I'm going to take it as a threat and I'm going to act accordingly.
You say, actually, officer, you've already Terry stopped me. You've already patted me down. You know I don't have any weapons. Your other piggy told you that I'm a nationally known auditor. So you know who I am. Last I checked, known journalists don't go attacking people. You can eat my shorts, you jackboot thug pig. I'm suing you when this is over. You can't let him say, you come anywhere closer and I'm going to take that as a threat. Let me clue you in, pig. Now everything's on camera, pig.
Officer DeBoard had to let the citizen go without any citation or ticket.
Look at what a sad man he is. What a loser.
Any other information I can provide? All right, appreciate you wearing your seatbelt. Make sure you drive safely today.
After he gives the guy a ticket and steals his money out of his pocket, he then acts like he's John friendly to you. But what you can do is you can dominate that pig for the 5 minutes you have to deal with him. When the pig walks up, says license, registration, proof of insurance, ready to go. There you go, pig. Then he says, do you know how fast you were going? Do you know why I pulled you over? I'm going to give you, RS code 4712689. Do you know, did you stop at that stop sign back there? Where are you heading today? No matter what he says, I don't give a rat's ass. I then go, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I'm going to show that to my camera and I'm going to show that to you. Now, right there, you no longer have to talk to that pig. Now you can tell him, take your happy ass back to your car and write your ticket. Don't waste my time any further. He even tried to get in there in the middle of the afternoon. You been drinking today? Because he started that back and forth conversation with the jackboot thug pig whose goal is to arrest you, whose goal is to impound your car and steal your money. That's his goal.
At about 11:45 p.m., Sergeant Clay Hilton shined a flashlight into the window of Hinton's Audi and told him he was committing a crime by being in the park after hours.
And why is that, sir?
Why? Because you're refusing to tell me who you are, and you're probably going to end up going to jail.
Oh, for not giving you my name?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, then you have at it.
Okay. Go ahead and stand up for me. Turn around, face the car. Turn around, face the car.
Don't put your hands on me, pal. Listen.
You are going to get hurt.
I am?
Listen to what I'm telling you.
Are you audio video recording this?
I already told you that. Get on the
Hey,
Get on the ground. You're under arrest.
You hit me so many times.
Without a doubt, this is an excessive force violation, which falls under the Fourth Amendment here.
Now you want to tell me your name?
Oh, my name is Kevin.
Everybody here should have my trifold in your car. When the cops pull you over, you immediately invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Video. What happened?
That's his business, not yours.
My business to ask, though, you know what I mean? I was actually going to drop the cameras and go into Kung Fu mode. Good thing you came back. If you hadn't come back, I was going to Kung Fu, bro. I'm just standing there filming, These guys are so predictable. Such beta male chumpzillas. Tackle me, boys. Arrest me. Take me down on a Friday. Okay. You're saving the kids from the guy with the camera. I didn't do anything to be pulled over.
officer else kind of reason.
Well, then show me the ordinance. Why do you have a blue terror flag? This has been banned in Los Angeles. Why do you have that blue terror flag on?
Are you going to identify yourself as the officer?
So what do you want to do?
If you can present yourself, are you a valid driver in California?
I don't want to answer any questions. I've been wrongfully stopped.
Okay.
If you guys want to impound my car and arrest me, then you're doing a great service to the community. Way to save everybody.
Making a big deal out of this?
Oh, he pulled me over for no reason. You didn't have a right to pull me over. Okay, well, show me the ordinance then. Let me see it. Show it to me, sir. I'm only asking for information. I'm not trying to run away. Obviously, I opened my car door. I'm a journalist with over 1,000 videos on my channels. So what are you talking about? You can't wrongfully come over here and demand my ID when I have not broken the law. Just show me the ordinance. You might be dying on the floor in jail, and all the other guys in jail are screaming at the top of their lungs, hey, come. There's 20 guys. I mean, I'm one of them. Me and 20 other dudes, because there's a guy here and he's grabbing his chest and he's convulsing and you're screaming, hey, guards, help us. There's a guy dying in here, right? The guard comes down. You figure it would be like coming running down, like, oh my God, something's wrong. No. When you're screaming, the guard walks down. Get the gurney. Send the gurney down to 42. Got someone who needs a gurney on 42. We're going to bring the gurney down for him in a second. That's how you're treated when you're in the dungeon. Every time you say you want someone to go to jail, you sure about that? You've been there before? And if you haven't been to that jail and you haven't seen what the guards do to people in the jail, I'll give you this piece of advice and then I'll end this story. When you go to jail, you shut the front door. You don't say anything. You don't make any friends. You don't talk to anybody. You sit there. You get your milk. You get your packs of peanut butter, whatever you're going to eat. You don't talk. You shut up. You don't say anything. Be careful what you wish for, because if you call the cops to welfare check your kid, if you call the cops because your neighbor pissed you off, remember what you're possibly inviting into your life and into their life. When you call the cops, you could be killing somebody. I just talked to a cop a second ago and he said you guys have discretion. You guys can decide if you're going to arrest somebody or not. Is that true?
This officer's primary, so I have no clue what he's getting arrested for, sir. So discretion depends on what type of crime it is.
Right.
And depends on what you're doing. Okay. Certain crimes are mandatory. That's part of our department policy.
You know, when you take someone away to jail, when you take someone away to the dungeon, it's the worst day of their year, if not the worst day of their life.
Yeah,
so I'm just curious as to, the reasons why people have to be drug away. You have to be cuffed. You have to be treated like you're trash. And then you have to be taken to a dungeon.
Well, unfortunately, our laws and policies dictate
your policies. Right.
Law and policy.
So then it would take an executive in charge to change the policies, right?
I would say so, yeah.
Unfortunately for Chase, the officers shoot and kill him after it appears that he's trying to draw his sidearm from his holster.
Gun.
Hey, lawyer guy, that's a lie. You're just glossing over the narrative given, and you're not looking at the body cam, you jackboot thug pig sucker. He never tried to pull the gun out of his side. He never drew on those cops. Never. The cops have been targeting his family for months. You just sat there and lied, Andrew, you jackboot thug pig sucker. Chase Allen never tried to pull a gun on the cops. What the
A group of onlookers shout at a couple of Toronto police officers as they attempt an arrest in an alley. Upwards of 9 officers were seen on top of the man, kicking and punching. Toronto police say the initial officers were responding to a trespassing call. When the man resisted arrest, they called in backup.
What was the message these 2 cops sent out that led a posse of thugs to come rushing without checking, without gathering more information, just join in and viciously continue the assault?
Clear as the video progresses that the individual's hands are not secured.
Unbelievable! They show the cops savagely attacking a guy, then they bring on a cop for the cop to say it's justified, and then the news themselves say it's justified. So who's the fourth estate? Who's the individual third-party arbitrator who can at least call it correctly? Who is that third party? Because this news isn't calling it correctly. I mean, the reason we film is to hold you accountable. So
That's the reason why I'm filming you too.
Yeah.
Accountable as well.
But we just don't get that camera footage. You guys hide it, or you edit it, or you change it, or you don't give it. My camera, though, always captures the truth.
You get in the middle of me completing this report here, you as well as I know that's obstructive. So don't film from a distance. Stop engaging with me about whatever. So I'm right in the middle of something. Give me a little bit of space. Thanks.
I'm just talking to you, man. I'm not doing anything to you.
I have no interest in talking.
You can ignore me. You're not going to tell me what to do. That's
I'm doing an accident.
I get it. Just do your accident report. I'll stop talking to you, but you're not going to tell me what to do. It's that simple. You don't have nearly my education, bro. You're not even close to me.
Be surprised.
Oh, really? Are you a constitutional law scholar? Because I am. I just sued your department for $5 million 4 days ago. And I'll sue you guys for $5 million more. I will film you guys anytime I want.
You said you couldn't.
Well, I will film you, and you won't tell me what to do. You do your job, and you don't give me any directives. That's what you do.
Is there any reasonable suspicion that she was committing a crime, yes or no?
We weren't sure what she was doing.
Okay, so if you don't know what somebody's doing, do you have reasonable suspicion that they're doing anything in particular?
No, but we have a reasonable response to ask what she was doing.
You sure about that?
Right, agreed. You could ask her what she's doing. And when she refuses to answer, are you now allowed to detain her?
Yes.
Who told you this? That you get to detain people who are videoing and refuse to identify themselves when asked?
Remember that pig who got caught setting people up to arrest them on the Las Vegas Strip?
The walls are caving in on Mr. Menon.
Once a Metro Police sergeant calling the shots, now in handcuffs after his second arrest for 2 new charges related to possession of child pornography.
I don't have any sympathy for child predators. I think this guy should be taken out and dealt with in the most proper way possible.
Attorneys reviewing evidence in the judge's chambers.
They're very graphic, clearly directed towards the pursuit of CSAM material.
Menon's own attorney, Dominic Gentile, conceding in court 2 images do contain hardcore porn with 2 girls who appear to be underage. Menon already indicted on 13 charges related to illegal stops on the Las Vegas Strip.
Take a look at what a psycho looks like. You can see it in the eyes. At one time, you would have been told that this is a good man that you can trust. If you asked him why he joined the pig department, he would tell you, I signed up to help people. We watched the whole murder. The whole thing of Bats, who was obviously just from the very beginning, was not resistive or combative in any way, shape, or form.
Death of a man after a confrontation with corrections officers in Knox County. David Bats was punched, tased, and targeted with a chemical spray in custody. The sheriff released the video of the events almost 3 weeks after it happened as his proof his officers did nothing wrong.
The video is what it is.
Deputies assess Bats in a garage. He appears disoriented, incapable of unbuckling his seatbelt. His response to most questions is one word: all right.
Today.
Within 7 minutes, deputies move Bats into a cell. We see deputies turn physical to try and move Bats out of his clothes. Force increases, pepper spray, a taser, and deputies appear to punch him at least twice. For 9 hours, Bats stays alone in a cell. Around 11:10 at night, deputies and the nursing staff attempt to test his vital signs. Bats refuses orders and back out of the cell, and jailers spend almost half an hour trying to get him in the jail clothes. At one point, deputies put a mask over his face, gloves on his hand. It's now that the decision is made to take him to the hospital.
What was put out there was that we beat him to death. That did not happen.
Investigators determined his death was caused by the infection linked to meningitis, not his treatment in jail.
You see, the medical examiner said it was probably fentanyl and meningitis, but it was not the beating, the tasing, the stomping. It wasn't anything that you would think it was. It wasn't that. What it was meningitis. So that means there's no homicide for TBI to investigate. And what I've said to my people is that I will not go in torture cuffs again, because if I break the law and you have to arrest me, I'm more than willing to go with you. What I'm asking you—
Have you been arrested before, sir?
I've been arrested 20 or 30 or 40 times.
To the death.
No, to the pain.
I don't think I'm quite familiar with that phrase.
I'll explain, and I'll use small words that you'll be sure to understand, you warthog-faced buffoon.
That may be the first time in my life a man has dared insult me.
It won't be the last. To the pain means the first thing you lose will be your feet below the ankles, then your hands at the wrists, next to your nose.
And then my tongue, I suppose. I killed you too quickly the last time. A mistake I don't mean to duplicate tonight.
I wasn't finished. The next thing you lose will be your left eye, followed by your right.
And then my ears, I understand. Let's get on with it.
Wrong! Your ears you keep, and I'll tell you why. So that every shriek of every child at seeing your hideousness will be yours to cherish. Every babe that weeps at your approach, every woman who cries out, "Dear God, what is that thing?" will echo in your perfect ears. That is what the pain means. It means I leave you in anguish, wallowing in freakish misery forever.
Let me give you my, here you go.
This is the 5A cop card for a non-driver.
I'm not driving, and that's the Fifth Amendment cop card.
All right, well, this isn't your identification.
So what that does is it makes it so people have a way to interact with cops when you don't have any right to ask me for my ID.
Well, I do it all the time. So let's go through this and see if it helps you at all. 1, cop sighted. Start filming and state, I invoke 1A.
Yes, so I started filming as soon as I saw you, and now I invoke my First Amendment right to speech and to press.
Well,
those are words. I invoke the Fifth Amendment. Because if you're talking to me, you're investigating me. Terry versus Ohio says that any evidence you get from me under any circumstances is admissible in court, and all you have to do is say that you were doing a Terry stop.
You're very annoying. Do you know that?
I invented that card because people are getting drug off to jail. I'm annoying. You drag people off to the dungeon. There's a big difference between the two of us. So this is Dispatcher Moore.
Is there something I can help you with?
Is there more of the building that I can see?
Perfect.
Man, he's got a backpack. You better go grab him and check him out, Copper. And he's black too.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Are you from California, sir? I don't want to answer a bunch of your questions, dude.
Stupid. I'm not going to let you get the chance.
Sergeant Moore, how you doing? Chili de Castro.
Okay.
Chili de Castro, delete law.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
Okay,
Are you
don't be
afraid?
offended. Do you see me fucking laughing on that?
Are you afraid of COVID or something? I'm not trying to. I mean, it's just a man. I just want to make sure that people can see you, so that.
Okay.
I always give everybody a fair shake, man. I treat it. You notice I treat you with respect. You know?
Sure.
I don't come up cursing you out. I won't walk through you. I won't walk through you. Ha!
Gay!
You, my friend, are the reason why people die in the streets. You.
Really? What action do I take to hurt anybody?
You're getting in the way of police. What we're trying to do our jobs, and you, my friend, you are the problem with me doing my job.
You mean like civil asset forfeiture?
Civil asset forfeiture is a very valuable thing. The police department right now, I mean, you see this? We got all new billy clubs last week, all new billy clubs. We confiscated some, I think it was a car or something from someone, then we sold the car, and now look at this, John. You know what this is for? Let's stick it right in your neck.
And that's not parasitic?
No, dude, listen. I perform a necessary function for society. You don't have any necessary function. I was going to teach you guys how to use the trifold, and I wanted to jump in the car and show you guys how I use my trifold, how I use my license, registration, and proof of insurance put together so smoothly, how my hands are already up at touchdown position before the cop comes up. I've got my license, registration, proof of it. I have everything ready to go up here. The very first thing that you want to do, since you're being pulled over by the cops, you want to establish your touchdown position with your arms. Do you see how I'm doing it? You see how I'm doing it? This arm is up and in the window, just like a goalpost. My hand can be seen right here through the window. This is the first step that you're going to do to establish that you are not armed. The cop's behind me. He's got his lights on. I'm going to establish touchdown position with my arms. I don't want to die because I got pulled over and my hands weren't at a touchdown position. Do you see that? I don't want that cop to kill me. I have established my touchdown position. My hand is in the window. My other arm is holding the phone. The copper can see my phone through the back window, so he can see my phone. The phone lights up. My other hand's in my window. That cop right now can see both of my hands, and so the likelihood of me being shot, sorry about that, it drops significantly. See there? I caught the phone because I don't want to die because I'm reaching down. Don't want to reach down. Elbow goes in the windowsill right there. The cops pulled me over. Cool. Right here, I've got my license, my registration, and my proof of insurance. I got everything right there. See that? My hands never got to go below the steering wheel. I never have to reach anywhere else. Not at all. I don't got to reach anywhere at any time. This is as far as I got to go right there. That's it. That's as far as I go right there. See there? My hands are up in the air. The cop cannot mistake my hands in the air. This camera phone is a giant light. My other hand is right here. Got my window slightly cracked, 3 or 4 inches. My doors are locked. Now, cop is going to want my license, registration, and proof of insurance. I've got it right there. Boom. Right there is everything, including a copy of my identification laser copied. My hands never left below the steering wheel. Do you see how that works? Do you see how that works? Now, he's going to say license, registration, proof of insurance. I'm going to give that to him. There you go. He's got my license, registration, proof of insurance. I've now provided everything I have to provide by law. I gave him my license, my registration, my proof of insurance. I had it ready to go for him because I knew this moment would come, that I would be in the situation with the cop behind me and I would need my license, my registration, and my proof of insurance. If you live in America, you will be getting pulled over. Now, he's going to say to me, do you know how fast you were driving? Do you know why I pulled you over? I pulled you over for NRS code blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to reply to him as I slide my trifold down from my visor. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I'm going to show it right to him. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I'm not going to answer or play that game of, do you know how fast I was going? Do you know why I pulled you over? I'm not here to play that game with you. That's not the game I started my day off doing, and that's not what I'm going to do now. The answer is no. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. If he asks another question, I'll show him the list here. It says right there, don't ask me where I'm coming from. Don't ask me where I've been. Don't ask me where I'm going. Everything I need to provide by law is in the slip below. I got it on delete laws. That's where I got it. I don't have to answer any questions at all. Well, where are you going? I'm going to look right at the camera, not the jackboot, and I'm going to say, I've already invoked my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. It's right here in writing. It's a clearly established Fifth Amendment from 1793. That's my Fifth Amendment right. I've given him everything he's supposed to get. That's it. That's how I respond. My hands have never gone anywhere but here. Do you see that? I'm not going to get shot. Do you get it? And I got to check that jackboot thug pig who I always have wanted to check, but I didn't really know how to check him just right. By invoking your Fifth Amendment right, he cannot ask you another question. His questioning ability has come to an end. You guys have seen me do it on the DUI stop. When I went through the DUI checkpoint, he said, do you have anything to drink tonight? And I said, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And he said, have a nice night. You can't question me anymore after I invoke my clearly established Fifth Amendment right. And then you can check that jackboot thug pig. You don't have to put up with that nonsense. You don't got to put up with that. This is how it works. This is how you do it. If I need to hold my arm up, look at this. Look what I'll do. I'll take my armrest right there and I stick my elbow right on it. Do you see how I do that? You see that? Your arms go to a touchdown position. That's how your arms do it. Your arms go to a touchdown position. You see this arm elbow bend right there? Phone's at the top of it. There's the top of the goalpost. There's the other side of the goalpost. Now I've got a touchdown position. Copper can't say I was reaching. Copper can't say nada. I had